Hi, welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to be, are we recording? Yes. Okay. Hi, you guys. So I'm an astrologer, and I also have a channel where I read recovery books, like daily recovery books and 12 steps and all that. But I've been obsessed with the Justin Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively stuff. And so I thought, well, let me look at that and share it with you because I saw a couple things that were really interesting. I mean, there's no predicting what's going to happen because um, as I pulled some tarot cards today, uh, I pulled the Wheel of Fortune, which means that everything's just going to be cyclical, and we're all seeing that. I mean, even like people like Chelsea Handler made jokes about it at the People's Choice Awards. I mean, it's just, we're all obsessed because we want to see how this is going to turn out. And, we've all been affected. We've all been uh, like hit with like, did they mean that? Or, like if you're feeling defensive about something, or if you're insecure about something and you're not, like what I talk about in my recovery uh, channel topics is about when things stay, like if you have unconscious things, unconscious bias or unconscious stuff that you keep pushing down. Now these people are all in their 30s, while Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively are both in their 30s. Blake just turned 30-ish, 31. And but Ryan Reynolds, of course, is was born in 1976, so he's 48 or something like that. So he's been around. He's more of that daddy type, whatever he's doing, has his stuff. But the 30-year-olds are still learning their stuff. The 40-year-old is like still trying to be the manipulator, and it's not working right. So anyhow, what I found out though is that both Justin and Ryan both have Scorpio moon, very similar um, aspects in their natal chart. So that's why I think that this came about, because Blake wanting to be, because she does. I was watching um, the light workers talk about their aspects and their numbers, and saying that she is a light worker. She came in at like a 560 frequency. So she does have ability, and who she is a light giver. But I think that she's kind of stuck in um, trying to find a daddy stability kind of deal. Anyhow, I'll go ahead and show you. I don't know if I can show you both charts at the same time. I wanted to show you the similarities in their charts, but maybe we'll start with, let me see here. Um, Whomever's here, let's see, share. Is that it? Share screen? Is that what I want to do? Sorry, don't do this that often, obviously. All right, let me go with that one. And is that showing? I don't know if that's even showing. Hold on. Preview, no. All right, so share. Here we're gonna go. That one. And maybe I can do Ryan's as well. Yeah, I think you can see both of them. Yes, I have a big mess on my computer. I'm hoping you can see it. Well, we'll figure it out if not. All right, so this is Justin Baldoni's chart, and this, maybe see my little X and this is Ryan's. All right, what is it saying? Like it's confusing if you don't know much about astrology. It's even confusing if you do know about astrology. So, all right, so here we got this symbol here is called Scorpio with this little M with the arrow going up like a spear. So both of them, both Ryan and Justin, have Scorpio in the third house, which is normally ruled, well, is always ruled by Gemini, which is like the way they think, the way they express themselves, the way they communicate. Okay, both of them have moon in Scorpio. One's at 3 degrees and one's at 4 degrees. One is at 3 and one's at 4. Justin is a little more deep because his moon, the way he expresses his emotions, deep emotional thoughts and insights with Pluto, with how the world is, the outside, the transformation. And that's why he's an advocate for certain groups like female, probably because he saw this in, I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm guessing or psychically picking up, intuitively picking up that he had issues with, I'm guessing his mom may have been a single mom of some sort. So that's why he advocates for this. And he was drawn to the Colleen Hoover book. It ends with us. So deep, deep stuff. I have a Scorpio moon as well. So I can, maybe that's why I've been obsessed. Well, no, a lot of people have been obsessed, but Scorpio moon is a deep, like when people will say to you, or you'll say to yourself, lighten up, lighten up. Ryan Reynolds has it too. He says 3 degree Scorpio moon attached to um, his path in life going towards the Scorpio uh, and his sun. It's conjunct all together. So he is a dark guy, the way he thinks, non-trusting. He also came into this universe at a 150. He's now reading at a 55. Um, so that's lower energy, where Justin is still at a higher energy read. He's at a 350 to 200. Right now he's at a 200 because of all this stuff that's happening. But Ryan is at a 55, does not trust. And you can see there's red lines that are attaching to his moon, sun, and north node conjunction going towards his work. There go. He, with the Deadpool and his sarcasm, his darkness, his attitude, his chopping off limbs and growing back, and his gross um, ways that he communicates. And then he is oblivious to this because of these little green little digit lines going to Jupiter. Jupiter is in the uh, the ninth house. Jupiter's in its housing area in but it's in reverse. So he doesn't understand that that's. I mean, he is. That's his deal. He's like a villain, like psycho villain actor, right? Also, similar, exact, why she would be attracted to or maybe projecting onto Justin is the fact because her husband and Justin both share the same ascendant, which is Virgo. Virgo ascendant, both have Virgo ascendant. Now, Blake Lively is a Virgo. So she feels at home with their persona. She's like, this is home. This is who, this is what I, well, Justin's happily married. And she's used to having relationships with her co stars. And she just had a baby. Uh, and so I think she was having a difficult issue because of there was just a lot going on. I can imagine how difficult working apart from your husband. He's in where was he filming Deadpool at the same time that they were filming. It ends with us. She's trying to, you know, have a hair care line so she can have her own money, her own stuff. While Ryan, I'm sure there's probably some insecurity there. I'm trying to find where I put her chart. Where did I put it? I'm gonna pull her up. There's Blake. Blake is a natural born star. She has a lot of blue lines, and she has the magic kite in her chart. She is meant to be a star. She is a star, but she has a lot of difficulties because of all this Virgo in her chart. She's Sun conjunct with both Mars and Venus. And the way she communicates, which she's very snarky. She doesn't have like the what do they call that? Tact, lack of tact. And she prides herself in the fact that she is sarcastic, which in recovery world, sarcasm is like glass shards, feeding glass shards to people you love with then using that as an excuse. So whether or not she's going to learn from this, I'm going to guess probably not for a while. She's learning a little bit like, ouch, this hurts, but she has to probably wait till she's about 50 years old. So I think that is going to be a minute. She's going to, I mean, that's why they're calling her the new Amber Heard, unfortunately. Um, this isn't to trial yet. This is February 8th, 2024 when we're talking about this. So she as well as Ryan have 29 degrees uh, up here in with Jupiter. Jupiter is the benevolent planet. She has the benevolent points with her sun, and it's like she has well-meaning. She's probably very confused about what's going on. Like, okay, I need to do this, but Ryan, on the other hand, exact area. Like she's actually supposed to be a single person. I'm gonna say she is better off single. And Ryan has his in the ninth house as well. But she has hers, her ninth house is Aries, which is a single person with a lot of power, has more energy without, and he has more energy with because of the opposition point with Venus. So, you know, he's had some high profile girls. Alanis Morissette, you ought to know. That song was about Ryan because he is a cheater bastard, right? And her opposition with this triangle that gives her power is the power of change in Scorpio, and this Pluto is in Scorpio, in the fourth house. Her fourth house is, yeah. So I just don't. I see that they're not going to stay together, and if they do, it's gonna. Let's see, how long they have four, they just had their fourth child. I would probably say that the I think that they probably, let's see, he's 48. They may actually last another 10 years because of this difficulty, but I see that she is gonna have to stay a little underground here from all this issue. Um, yeah, because her ascendant is Leo. She is meant to be a star. She is a star. Unfortunately, it's like from this more so from this crap. I like the fact that once in a while you'd see her come out. There's this one cool movie that I didn't get to see. It was like with Harrison Ford, you know, like kind of a mystery, sadness kind of movie. Uh, And I know when Ryan, when he was a little bit younger, was doing the rom-com deal with Susan, who's that? Sandra Bullock, yeah. But I think he's gross now. I think this is very gross. He needs to just maybe hang out and be a dad and maybe go into the restaurant business. I'm not sure. I think if he went into the restaurant business, I know that he just bought a sports team. I know that I just was watching people who buy sports teams, you get like extra discounts with your taxes. So he's not stupid with his discernment, with his taxes and all that stuff. He's very good with money, but unfortunately, I think that this gamble. I mean, they just. I mean, Justin Baldoni. If anything, he's become he's just a creative person and doesn't deserve all this stuff. But a lot of times people who don't deserve this stuff get the stuff. I mean, this is his life path. He is on his life path. All right, so let me stop here. Um, I just saw that there's like a lot of similarities that were very interesting. And then when if you do Wikipedia Google search for Justin Baldoni, and then you look into the section of relationships, it's interesting because Blake Lively's in there as an adversary or enemy. Like it's actually listed in there now. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel for them. I don't know. I have like this edgy fear about Blake Lively, like being like really tormented mentally, uh, confused because she does believe that she's right. Because when you are, before you get into recovery, you have a distorted way of thinking. I think that she has a distorted way of thinking. Um, I know that Ryan does as well, and I know that Baldoni does because of like he's actively working on himself. I think that this is a way to look at like why was I so okay with allowing this to happen? And you just wishful thinking. You wish that you feel like, okay, well, let me just get through this. Let me just. But I just think that boundaries. But yeah, I mean, it could have been the same, and it could have happened the same way, but in a different way. Like, right, if Justin would have said, no, Blake and Ryan, we can't do this. I want the final cut, you learn that just David Lynch, I'm obsessed with David Lynch. I have his astrology as well. David Lynch's lesson as a director is always have the final cut. All the directors say that. Now, Justin gave up the right to his final cut to Blake Lively in order to appease her, probably out of fear. Like, if you do things out of fear, then you get the bad result. But he was stuck, like, right? So if he would have said, well, I'm not going to do this, then she said, well, I'm not going to do it either. I'm not going to show up, costing them millions of dollars. So I think either, no matter what way, I think it would have cost this money and that they're suing each other for. And yes, now everybody wants to see this movie that maybe would have died off and no, like only seen, but like it did make a lot of money for the budget. Yes, her clothes were terrible, and Magnolia Pearl clothes, it raises so many issues. Like she's supposed to not have any money, yet she's wearing Magnolia Pearl and all these clothes from Gigi Hadid and herself, and she was trying to hide her I just had a baby weight and trying to be cool, but she doesn't have like, and as an actress she didn't like she never really was ever without money to really know how you dress. Like you really would have Yeah, there's so many like things disconnect, but and then you're like, oh, was she trying to be Sex in the City kind of deal, like that kind of vibe, which everybody loves, and that's very commercial. And and then where's the DOM message? And yet that message is coming through. So it is what it is. Like I think hindsight is 2020. Um, I see in the future, even though Justin Baldoni is being dropped by like his acting guild or whatever they did or whatever, like it's like taking the veil off of how Hollywood works more so. Do we care? I guess we do. It's a good distraction, as Chelsea Handler says. Um, I mean, I started watching Justin Baldoni when he was in Jane the Virgin, and I was like, he's a nice looking guy, but like, and also like a cool guy, like, and an insecure guy, and like he's trying guy. And then you see, um, I don't know, I see him, taking over like I don't know. What do I want to say? I just think that he has expanded his range with this movie. I think that, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm at a loss to even explain anymore. But maybe that's good. I just saw a lot of similarities in life and how relationships are, and then people trying to make other people do stuff, manipulating, and even that Jenny Slater that was this acted as the sister, and she also was like Marcel the Shell voice, and she's like kind of a mean girl, actor, comedian. Like everyone's trying to save their jobs. Like when you work for a company, like I did, I worked, when I worked for Macy's for a little bit, and like you want to like get along so that you can keep your job. And I think that they're all doing that as well. But I don't know. The Scorpio moon and the placements that were so similar with Ryan and Justin, only Justin's a lot younger and kinder and more creative, open, and I think that that's what Blake is looking for is somebody she can actually have a conversation with creatively, because she wants to do other things other than acting, because she's not really an actress. She's more of a star that is a spokesperson, or they call them the talent. Like she would be the one showing up to make you feel better about yourself, because she has that way about her, even though she could be snarky at the same time as Virgos can be. So anyway, I think that's why the Scorpio moon men, she she gets along with them because they are dark within themselves. Anyhow, I love you, and let me know what comes up for you. If any of this makes any sense. Okay.